Good morning dear students, welcome back to our online class. So dear students, just recall what we are learning in last class. So in last class we are learning about the displacement reaction and the double displacement reaction. So here these are the types of the reaction. So how many types are there in a chemical reactions? Totally 5 types are there in a chemical reaction. First one is the combination, second one is the decomposition, third one is the displacement reaction, fourth one is the double displacement reaction, and last fifth one, that is the redox reaction. So in last class already we have completed double displacement reaction and displacement reaction. So in today's class we are going to discuss on the oxidation reduction reaction as well as the corrosion concept. So dear students, be ready. So dear students, in the oxidation reduction reaction, first let's take a definition. What is the redox reaction? So here when we are talking about the definition, so chemical reaction involving oxidation and reduction, both the things, okay, oxidation and reduction, both the things occurring simultaneously, okay, simultaneously both the action should be taken, so then only it will be considered as the redox reaction, okay, or redox means oxidation and reduction, combination of oxidation and reduction is considered to be a redox reaction. So how you are going to utilize say that yeah, this is the oxidation reaction. So oxidation and reduction in terms of loss or gain of oxygen, okay, this is the first condition that we can identify that yeah, it is a oxidation reduction reaction when the loss or gain of the oxygen. Next is the loss or gain of hydrogen, okay dear students. So here when in the reaction loss or gain of the oxygen will be there or loss or gain of hydrogen will be there, then it is considered to be a oxidation and reduction reaction. So what is the third condition? That is the transfer of electron, okay. So if in the reaction transfer of electron will be there, then also it will be considered as the redox reaction. And fourth one is the changes in the oxidation number, okay. If the fourth condition is changes in the oxidation reaction. So these are the condition where you can identify that this is considered to be a oxidation reduction. So first one is the loss or gain of oxygen, second one is the loss or gain of hydrogen, third one is the transfer of electrons, and fourth one is the changes in oxidation number. So in the oxidation what happens, let's see. So in the combination of substance with the oxygen, okay, so when we will solve the example, then you will get to know how this combination will be takes place. So in the combination of substance with oxygen is considered to be a oxidation. It might be loss of hydrogen also takes place, loss of electrons also will be takes place, or an increasing number of oxidation number. So when we can say that yeah, this is the oxidation when the combination of substance with the oxygen, when the loss of hydrogen will be there, then also it is called as the oxidation reaction. When the loss of electrons will be there in the reaction, then it is considered to be a oxidation reaction. And fourth condition, when the increase in oxidation number will be there, then it is considered to be a oxidation reaction. Then let's talk about the redox reaction. So how we can say that yeah, this is the redox reaction. So dear students, first we are completing the theory part. So while solving the equation, you will not get confused that where it is a redox reaction, where it is a oxidation reduction. So here let's talk about the redox reaction. So removal of oxygen from the substance, okay, removal of oxygen from the substance. If there is a loss of oxygen in the reaction, then it is considered to be a redox reaction or reduction reaction. When the gain of hydrogen will be there, then also it is considered to be a reduction reaction. When the gain of electrons will be takes place, then it is called as the reduction reaction. When a decrease in the oxidation number will be there, then it is called as a reduction reaction. So dear students, this is our first example. So let's start this concept, how to understand the reduction and the oxidation process. So here this is Fe, that is the iron. When it is reacts with the oxygen in the presence of water, that is H2O, it gives rise as Fe2O3. Okay, this is our chemical equation. Okay, so how you are going to say that yeah, it is a reduction process and it is a oxidation process. So here oxygen is gaining the electrons. Okay, oxygen is gaining the electrons. So before it was a what is that? It was O2. Now it is going to be gaining one more oxygen. So it is considered to be a reduction. And here why Fe is considered to be a oxidation reaction? Because it is the combination of oxygen and the element. Okay. So just once again I am explaining. So here in this chemical reaction, what happens? Iron is going to be combined with the oxygen. So it is considered to be a oxidation reaction, combination of oxygen and the iron, whereas oxygen is going to be considered to be a reduction. Why? Because it will going to be increase a number of electrons. Okay, so before it was O2, now it is O3, so it is considered to be a reduction reaction. So sometimes what happens, students get confused which is the oxidation and which is the reduction. So that 4 terms and condition you have to be remembered, then only it is possible to consider that which is the reduction and which is the oxidation reaction. Okay, so better you just take a one A4 size paper and write the what are the conditions and keep it on your study table. So it will be help you to remember these things, that when we have to consider reduction reaction and when we have to consider as a oxidation reaction. Now let's take for the next concept, that is second question. So in the oxidation number concept, what happens? Zn, it was previously it was 0, so the valence it was 0 oxidation number, and next is the after adding the CuSO4, what happened? That is the copper sulfate, the oxidation number is changed. Before it was 0, now it becomes as a +2. So what happens? Zn, it will going to be gain here 1 electron, so it is considered to be a oxidation reaction, where in the CuSO4, that is the copper sulfate, it will going to lose here 2 electrons. So what happened? The oxidation number decreasing here. So when the oxidation number is increasing, it is considered to be a oxidation reaction. When the oxidation number is decreasing, then it is considered to be a reduction reaction. On the basis of the electronic concept, okay, how we can say that it is the gaining of the electron, how we can say that it is the losing of the electron. Okay, so let's take a third example. So here what happens? When the loss of 2 electrons by zinc atom, okay, Zn, it going to be loss here there 2 electrons. Okay, loss here going to be 2 electrons. So here oxidation reaction. So in the when we are considering the oxidation reaction, when the loss of electrons will takes place, then it is considered to be a oxidation reaction. What about the reduction reaction? So gaining of the 2 electrons by copper atom. So here what happens? Before copper was 2, but now copper is becoming a 0. Okay, so here what happens? Gaining of a 2 electrons by copper atom. So once again I am explaining here. Copper, before it was the combined with the sulfate. Now what happened? This Zn will going to be combined with the sulfate, and they making the bond formation between Zn and SO4, so zinc sulfate. In this way, the copper will going to be gaining their 2 electrons. Okay, so what happens? This considered to be a reduction. So what are the terms here? Loss of electrons is considered to be a oxidation reaction, and gaining of the electrons will consider to be a reduction reaction. Okay dear students, now let's go for the next concept. Okay dear students, after completing the redox reaction, let's discuss the last concept, that is the corrosion. Okay, so where you can find the corrosion? corrosion is defined as the destruction of metals. Okay, this is the destruction of metals or alloys by the surroundings environment through chemical and the electrochemical changes. Okay, so here in this image you can see here how this chain is rusted. Okay, how this chain is rusted here. It is nothing but the corrosion. These pipes, these are the metal pipes. This is also rusted by environment. So this concept is nothing but the corrosion. Corrosion is defined as the destruction of the metal. So where the metal is going to be destroyed here. Okay, destruction of the metals or alloys. What happens here? We can observe here the destruction or destruction of the metals or alloys by the surrounding environment through chemical and the electrochemical changes. So the chemical composition of rust is, okay, if suppose this is the iron metal, so what is the chemical composition of this thing? That is the Fe2O3 H2O. Okay, it is the ferric oxide with the some amount of water. Okay, so this is the combination of Fe2O3 H2O. So how it is possible? So metal is rusted by environment in the presence of moisture. So moisture is nothing but the water itself. So that's why the chemical composition of rust is Fe2O3 into H2O. So this is our example of corrosion. Okay, now let's take a next concept, that how the chemistry of rusting is going to be takes place. Okay, so here iron metal reacts with the oxygen to produce iron 3. Okay, to produce iron 3. So this term we have to write in the equation form. So when iron is reacting with the oxygen, that is the Fe plus O2. So it will going to be takes place as a Fe2O3. How it is possible? Just recall the crisscross method. So how it is possible? Let's see. So Fe, it's having the plus 3, and here oxygen having the valency as 2. So it will going to be exchange their valency. So in this way what happened? It will going to be form as a Fe2O3. Okay, this is the FeO23. So this is an example of redox reaction. So here gaining of the oxygen you can form here. Okay, so this is the chemistry of rusting. So now let's discuss this thing in the form of factors. Okay, so what are the factors influencing of corrosion? Okay, so the nature and extent of corrosion depends on the metal. First one is depends upon the metal and the environment, and the important factors which may influence the corrosion process are: first is nature of the metal. So if the metal is very reactive in nature, so what happen? The metal is easily destructed by and it is affected by the atmosphere. And next is the environment. If the environment is having lots of moisture, then what happens? Again the metal is going to be destructed. Okay, next is the concentration of electrolyte, and last one is the temperature. It also depends upon the temperature itself. Okay, so dear student, these are the general concepts what we are discussing here. Okay, no one will going to ask that what are the factors influencing corrosion. Here first one we have to complete it, what is the corrosion, as well as what are the example of corrosion and how we can prevent the corrosion. So this main concept we have to be cover here. Okay, now let's take a next concept. What are the factors influencing of that? Already we have discussed. Now we have to discuss why corrosion control. What is the need of controlling the corrosion? So here 4 aspects are there. What are those 4 aspects? Let's discuss. So first one is the economic aspect. So it can be referred to as a cost of corrosion under direct loss and the indirect loss. So you can take a simple example about the train itself. Okay, if train is made up of metals. Okay, so if it is rusted, then who will going to be affected? By normal people itself. So here lots of loss will be going to be takes place to the government. So in this way it going to be harm for us as well as loss for us. Next is the health aspects. So surgical instrument, implants and pacemakers. So these all are prone to corrosion. So what happens if suppose these are surgical instrument, in the operation we are using this scissor, knife. So here so many things we are using for scissoring. So if suppose it is rusted, then what happens? Again it will harm to our health itself. So in this way what happens, we have to be control the corrosion. Next is the cultural aspects. Antiquities and the monuments may get instead due to the corrosion. So if the monuments you can consider, it is already made up in a long years ago. So if the monuments will be affected by the corrosion, then we are going to lose our culture itself. So again we need here corrosion control. And safety aspects also. So machine parts in the factories and home appliances can cause harm if corroded. Okay, so if the machine instruments and parts, if it is corroded, then what happens? It will going to affect on the economic basis to the normal people. Again we have to need the corrosion of control. Okay, so now next, how we can prevent the metals against the corrosion. Okay, so here metallic coating. First one is the metallic coating, where we have to do electroplating, metal cladding, hot dipping, cementation and metal spraying. Okay, these are the concept. Here we have to more focus. So what is electroplating? A coating metal. If suppose if you are taking the one metal itself and you have to coat it by how to coat it on the basis metal by passing direct current through an electrolytic solution. So here some another procedures are there for electroplating, but just keep in your mind what is the electroplating process. So this is the electrolytic process, where a coating metal is deposited on the basis metal by passing direct current through the electrolytic solution. And what about the metal cladding? Metal cladding is nothing but the mace metal, means which metal we have to prevent the mace metal to be protected, and coating metals are sandwiched. Okay, sandwiched means how the sandwich will be there. No, the two, you have to take here two breads, and in these two breads you are going to keep your tomato, capsicum, all these things for taste purpose. In this way, what is the metal cladding means? You have to take here two metals, on the between these two things you have to protect your metal. Okay, so the base metal is to be protected, and coating metals are sandwiched by pressing through rollers under the action of heat and pressure. So in this way what happens means, it will going to be protect our metal. How? By covering both the sides. Okay, next is the hot dipping. What do you mean by hot dipping? The base metal to be coated is immersed in a molten coating metal. So hot dipping means sometimes what happens, some of the metals are can be protected by the another metal. So you have to make the solution, and you have to be, it cannot be done by in our home. So it needs a large amount of containers to protect these things. So here what happens, in usually in our home what we are doing, we are painting the benches, tables. Why? To protect those materials. So in this way these things are we are going to be discussing on the basis of industrial applications. Okay, and next is the cementation. In the cementation what happens, a uniform surface coating is obtained by heating the base metal in a power of coating metal. Okay, so here again we can prevent by the cementation process, as well as the metal spraying. So the coating metal in a molten state is sprayed on metals by means of spraying gun. Okay, so here also we can prevent our metals by spraying another metal. Okay, now let's take some few revision question about the corrosion. So first one is the define corrosion. So corrosion involves the changes of the surface of the metal from an element into a compound, or you can take another definition what we have discussed in the video. Then next is the defining rusting. So rusting is the special name given to the corrosion of iron. Next is the what is the cause of rusting, that is the oxygen and water cause rusting. Also electrolyte, that is a salt solution, speed up rusting. And fourth one question is the how can the initial stage of rusting be detected. So here we have not discussed this thing, but just you can take as a 1 marks question that use ferroxyle indicator will change to the blue color. So just dip into the our rusted metals and dip into the ferroxyle indicator. If it is changes into blue color, then you can say that it is the initial stage of iron or initial stage of the rusting of iron. And fifth question is write the ion electron equation showing what happens when iron rusts. Name the reaction. So here Fe2 plus it gives the 2 electrons, it is the oxidation. Then last we can conclude that Fe2 it gives rise to Fe3, so it is again oxidation process, whereas reduction means it will going to lose their electrons by the oxygen, so it is considered as the redox reaction. So dear students, we have discussed the oxidation reaction as well as the corrosion. So dear students, first concept, that is oxidation reduction reaction, it is little bit confusing, so you have to make a proper points to remember oxidation and reduction reaction, otherwise it will get confused to you. So just make a practice, and in next class we are going to solve some another aspects related to those practicing questions, how to identify the composition reaction, decomposition reaction, and as well as redox reaction and double displacement reaction and displacement reaction. So in next video we are going to more focus on that, to how to identify the reaction. Till that time, just stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.